Just waiting for some things to sync up. The intention is for this one to be a quickie. Let's see how that works out. There we go. Hurricane Ian. This is some lo-fi music. Yo, Todd. Man, you're finally going to get a reply tonight, by the way. It's one of the reasons I actually came on here. Let's see. Let me give a little how do you do. Nick's Random Views. Millbilly. Randy Cassidy, brother from another mother. What's up, homie G? This beat is way too slow for what I was hoping for. I'm going to give it a few seconds. Make sure everything's organized. Make sure there's no suspicious DMs that talk about inappropriate actions. Accidentally facing the computer. Are you real? I gotta really let that go. What up, what up, what up? Alright. I don't like waiting. It's been a long day. I'm gonna stop. Let's get this going. Okay, fine. You convinced me. Yeah, no, lo-fi beats, that ain't gonna do it for me. Welcome, my friends. You have reached the Progressive Patriot Hour. I don't know that I'll be able to make it an hour. Speaking to a lot of you, well, first off, let me address how today a lot of you really saved my life. Okay, so that sounds pretty hyperbolic, and I'm not trying to gain attention for saying that. What I mean to say is, I did share in that community post, like, I love posting, I love writing, I love communicating, I love speaking, no matter how terrified, I think is a strong word. I feel pretty good today, of course, tired. My concern, thanks to one of the viewers, I hope and I wish I could remember everybody's name, because you're all so important to me, that expressed concern about, like, me getting burnt out, and I was like, yeah, you know, that is a thing that can happen, and if somebody forced themselves to go on and just push through, you see through it, like the passion's not there. The flame is dwindling, and that I'm never going to do such a disservice to those of you that have entrusted me. So, all right, let's see. First off, the post where I was like, hey, I am impulsively thinking about possibly quitting this very comfortable position I have with a very huge corporate chain where I have my own department. I get to pretty much call my own shots, do my own thing. I can handle people the way I want to handle them because I don't have big wigs like staring down my neck or anything. Sure, there's things that annoy me, and any job, I'd say 9 to 5, but it's more like 1 to 10. Or if it's an opening where I gotta tend to all the vendors, it's like 9 in the morning to like 7 p.m. That's standard stuff. But the feedback, you guys were sincerely real with me, and I cannot thank you all enough. That question I proposed, like that's me embracing my mania and still not like going bad mania. No, don't do that. Just like sometimes when I'm compelled to call that other channel, which I really gotta, a part of me wants to ease up, part of me doesn't. When I've been watching closely that poll that I did, okay? It's a close poll, isn't it? I mean, let's see, technically, and you know the one I'm talking about, right? Do I name names, guys? Let me look at the chat. Hello, you lovely, amazing human beings, by the way. You lovely awakening souls, or have been awake, just waiting for another voice to kind of clarify that, yeah, things are as crazy as they seem. They have been. We're all kind of collectively sick and tired. So it's good to kind of have a place where we all understand we're in the madhouse. We're in the Twilight Zone. And all we got is us. Okay? There's no agency. There's nothing funded by our tax dollars. There's nobody that we're really taught that is meant to protect us and do basic services that really do like anything above just kind of the yeah, we expect that, you know, the firemen put out the fires. I recently looked into the difference between private enterprise, fire departments versus state-funded fire departments. And guess what I learned? The privately owned fire departments, and this would go against my old progressive values. But lo and behold, privately owned fire departments are far more efficient. They spend far less money. Yes, they bill you, but it's like let's say $200, and they saved everything. They did their job. I mean, I'm sure there's worst case scenarios. I'm just going off of an interview. This was something I covered a while back on the Stuck in the Middle days. But learning how something privately owned, run by citizens, that's again, we the people, not government or state funded, which they have to meet their budgeting criteria. They have to spend as much money as possible. You guys remember anything about this? Sorry, I'm jumping around. This is what I do. I've embraced it. I hope you have learned to as well. I'll never forget this because it was just one of those like huge, giant smacks in the face that's so insulting. And even though it was years ago, it's not something you forget. So, I'd say, I said, check DuckDuckGo, but I saw one of my homies, I think Bumblebee, saying, no, DuckDuckGo was purchased by Google. It's still more efficient and better than Google. So, this whole thing, the Air Force was once brought to questioning. Let me see if I can do a little search while I'm talking about it. I do have some clips, of course, and I wanted to address some people that have emailed me. Everything is private. Your secrets are safe with me. So real quick, the Air Force was being questioned about some strange spending occurring. Like, we're talking about something pretty substantial, like upwards in the, I don't know, loosely billions, and they were trying to, some committee was asking the Air Force to account for the spending. Like, where did all this money go, Air Force people? And when they did enough digging, let me see if I could pull it up real quick. Air Force, it wouldn't surprise me if this was harder to find because of the information that it is. Air Force, let's see, coffee mug. If you don't know what it is, you're in for a treat. Air Force coffee mug. Please don't. Yeah, advertising. Yes, that's great. Come on. No. Do I have to report it myself? I'll do it. I'll do it myself. I promise. Okay. Let's see. Air Force budget coffee mug. So they found. Let me tell you while I look, so at least you're hearing something valuable. What had been found via an investigation of third-party individuals, and of course some investigation of the very system itself, telling on itself, and we're supposed to trust them. They found invoices for a coffee mug that cost $5,000. Yeah. So, one of the individuals that was responsible for giving answers as to why our... okay, if I tell him myself, if I find something and I said it wrong, I'm sorry, but I'll correct it right now. I'm sorry, it wasn't 5,000, but let's remember, it wasn't just one coffee mug. Apparently, it's $1,280. I don't know if this is copywritten. Let me do a little test, briefly. Military time. Oh, okay. This is open public domain, I believe. This is for the public. This is a military channel. Fair use. I beg you, fair use. Let me see. Is there going to be bias here? Let me see if they try to explain it away. Let me get my little ghetto system here prepared. Amazing, these things come to me like I had other plans, but we'll see where the night goes. Okay.
The Air Force still can't explain why it spent $1,280 on a coffee cup.
Yeah, good point. Okay. Is that it?
Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican Iowa, finally received a response to questions he asked the Air Force on why it was spending more than $1,000 on an in-flight coffee cup. And he's not all that satisfied with their explanation. While I appreciate that the Air Force is working to find innovations that would help save taxpayer dollars, it remains unclear why it cannot find a cheaper alternative to
The point. Oh, hello, Thor. By the way, I've been rewatching the live streams and the live chat. You guys are amazing. Like, each and every one of you, you're all amazing. There's not one person here that does not deserve some sort of credit shown. I see you guys saying the most amazing things, like you guys are a support network within and of yourself. And Thor, thank you for everything you do, the service you provide. You're a good man. Truly, you're a good man. And you, people like you, all of you, serve to inspire me to keep going, even when I think I'm getting burnt out. I'm not there yet. I know when I will be. When that moment comes, I'll tell you all. But that's not the case just yet. So I'm reminded real quick of private enterprise efficiency, but how do we account for that when we need a military? Now, what happens when we identify gross expenditure by our military? I mean, we are never going to say anything bad about veterans, and that's not what this piece is about. This piece is about the bigwigs that decide where the money goes, where it's siphoned to. I'm not even going to talk about Halliburton and like the droves of fields of brand new Air Force vehicles, planes, helicopters that were built for millions and millions of dollars and left to just sit and rot in fields. And that is something very, very easy to find if you simply search. I guarantee you can even find it on YouTube or Google. That is because there are these budgets in place. You know, everybody wants the largest budget. But because they have a budget, that means that money has to get spent. And that means they will pull any dirty trick to spend that money. And a lot of that money could be allocated or reallocated to people and places that really need something. No, I ain't talking about stimulus checks. Promise you that. But I know that there's something better. I may not be the man with the final fantastic idea that's going to save the world. But I know what's happening has been happening too long, and it's a joke. All of the issues we have within our healthcare and within things that I know YouTube would not like me to talk about thus far, like the Air Force, seriously, to spend their budget, they started buying coffee mugs for $1,000, $1,200, almost $1,300. So this is what I'm talking about. Private agencies. When it's us, the people, we're more efficient. We know how to cut corners and save money because it's plausible and doable and remain effective at our jobs. The people that we depend upon, we're indoctrinated and programmed to always believe they're going to do right by us. And, give them all the money. Give them all the money. They're never going to do anything dishonest. Well, here's an example. One of many examples. So let me hear the outcome.
$1,280 cup. Grassley said in a statement on Friday.
34 hours and 16,000 miles. It holds more than 300.
Just talking about the airplane, that's not important information.
Government officials have the responsibility to use taxpayer dollars efficiently. Too often, that's not the case. I intend to pursue this issue further. Earlier this month, Grassley sent a letter to Air Force Secretary Heather Wilson, in which he inquired about what the Air Force calls...
Hold on, this warrants a comment. $326,785 on coffee cups. Only the U.S. could seriously have this situation. There you go. I was looking for a final total. I knew it was something like up there in the $5,000 range, but that's the final invoice of all the coffee mugs. Do you really? Okay, for one. I know nobody in here is dumb enough to think that, they need some, bulletproof coffee mugs that turns into a frickin' Voltron and assembles like Power Rangers or something and serves you coffee all at the same time. Nah, man, this is the Air Force trying to cover their tracks, and they said, they legitimately, I want to find the hearing where they can't answer or atone for spending that kind of money on cups, man. Go get some Solo cups, guys. Come on. You're American folks before you were military. You know how we roll. Get yourself a keg. Fill it up with coffee. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Put some, get some bourbon, man. Whatever floats your boat. But can you not keep spending our money like this? Please, pretty please. This is the American people talking. Are you listening? No, we know you're not. We know you're not. That's why we know it is completely fallen upon us to raise our voices. We're sick of it. I'm tired of being all talk. I talk a good game, but I want to be able to see a solution manifest itself that scares the people that believe they have all the power. Yes, I do want to see that day. I hope to see that day.
Hot cups, metal cups similar in size to a French press, which she said cost the service $56,000 over the last 3 years.
Money laundering. That's money laundering. That's what
ironically, the exorbitant price tag caught Grassley's eye soon after the Air Force published a public affairs story lauding a 3D printing innovation one of its squadrons.
Okay, real quick, guys. I have never sped up a video. Oh, and somebody has been requesting so kindly, put closed caption on. Okay, finally, I'm glad I could kind of deal with the requests coming in as they come. Slowly but surely, I'll get there. But there's a way to speed this junk up, right? This guy's talking way too slow. Was it settings? Playback speed? Hey, Eli's learning in real time. Wow, this is how the pros do it. What's the good speed? 1.5? Hi, Sweet Pea. Thank you again. You're amazing. Hey, Redacted. Well, let's do 1.5. I think that's a little quicker. Play.
Which developed a cheaper solution to the problem of the cup's handles breaking off in the past. If an airman dropped a cup and the handle broke, it'd cost more than $1,200 to replace it. With 3D...
If the handle broke, so not only did it cost... Okay, so the thing cost $1,280 and it cost $1,200 to replace one with 3D printing? Are you joking? It doesn't get much more insulting than this to we the people. These are... Oh, okay, man. It gets complicated because now we're talking about the military, and I know so many of my friends are like, yeah, great, good. The military needs the hugest budget because we need to be the first and the best and have all the monies and all the nukes and all the technology. I'm for being number one and feeling protected, but not when there's corruption abound everywhere. Sorry, I see this is the wrong account I'm on, but okay, who cares? Yeah, this is unacceptable, and it ended how long ago? This was 3 years ago. I don't know that anything of substance, anything positive, anything really came forward from this. We don't have any really effective third-party budget reviews. We're not ensuring that this is not still occurring. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I read the live chats, I promise you that. But as I know, to this day, every single aspect of the system and its protectors are corrupt and laundering money, and this is not any shade at our soldiers whatsoever. They risk their lives, they risk it all for the greater good, for something greater than themselves. But the system that is in play, controlling everything, completely, they're insulting us, and they're insulting our military sons, daughters, brothers, sisters. So, okay, this guy's going to talk really fast. Unless I could slow it down. I love that you guys are letting me, learn in real time. 1.25? Is that better? Let's see. I want him to sound like he's not on Adderall.
Printing. A new handle could be made for about 50 cents. Which led Grassley earlier this month to ask, why were you spending that much on a coffee cup in the first place? In response, Wilson wrote Grassley in an October 17th letter that he was right to be concerned about the high costs of spare parts while explaining that some of the contractors who supply the cups have gone out of business or don't still manufacture them. But when you get down to the question and answer portion of the letter, it's a head scratcher.
Oh, he slows down.
Grassley, the 60th Aerial Powered Squadron at Travis Air Force Base, had reportedly spent $56,000 on replacing hot cups since 2016.
What in the hell?
How many cups have been purchased by the Air
Excuse me?
Force Base had reportedly spent $56,000.
I know that sounds like a drop in the bucket. We're accustomed to hearing millions, billions, like that. These numbers don't mean anything to us. We're never going to see that kind of money. But the people that actually have access to it, they laugh. $56,000. Ha 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 ha. Yes, go on. Just throw it all away. Throw it all away. Get all the mugs. Get all the mugs. Man, this is a freaking joke. This is insulting. I didn't come on tonight with the intention of doing this. It just kind of popped up, thinking about how all of our monies is just not serving us, we the people. And this is here's one example, one out of an infinite amount of money being spent in the absolute most disgusting, corrupt, laughable way. We're a laughing stock.
On replacing hot cups since 2016. How many cups have been purchased by the Air Force during this time frame, and what is the total cost of these purchases? In Wilson, the item in question is a specially manufactured electronic water heater that plugs into aircraft systems. Because it connects to the aircraft, replacements require FAA airworthiness certification. The Air Force has purchased 391 of these items since 2016 at a total cost of $326,785.
Come on, man. All right.
The Air Force still can't explain why it's...
They can't explain it. I mean, that's what I remember. They still can't. And to this day, 3 years ago they couldn't explain it, and I don't believe we have an explanation now. Please correct me. While that's fascinating, that's not quite why I came here. And actually, I didn't just put clickbait. That is not my style. I do hashtag Creeksquad because I know a lot of everything I'm doing has to do with their support and your support. There's some interesting information. Let me flip real quick because I am going to be utilizing sources. That's you, lovely people. Let's close out this channel. Nobody wants to see that one, even though I support what that individual is doing. That's about a YouTuber, and that's about the poll that I conducted. I don't know where I stand or sit on the issue. Okay, there's two things. Here, let me ask you guys, okay? Because you guys are going to choose the content. I got slide A or slide B here. Both are equally fascinating. Do you guys want to see some dirt? Or this is, let's say it correctly and safely. Speculation and alleged, this is alleged, like, let's hearsay about Check It TV and possible involvement with the Rodni case. That's Exhibit A, okay? Exhibit B, I mean, I'm going to get to both. I just want to know where the interest really lies. And thank you to the individual. I don't know that you want your name put out there, so unless I see you in the chat saying so, your anonymity is respect. I said it right. Somebody give me a cookie. Cookie? No? We got another. Nope, we don't have a. We have a thank you. That's what we're calling it. We're calling those thank yous. Anyway, okay, so this is pretty shocking. It's Kylie Rodni's death certificate, and there is a detail that's dumbfounding. So there's the two things: Check It TV, possible connection, hearsay, and Kylie Rodni's death certificate. So if you don't mind, in the chat, I want you to hit either A or B. Let's give a moment. A or B. No, Linda, I'm not going there. Anybody got the hearsay or the hearsay? I guess I could choose. So here's a little spoiler. Whatever I feel. Okay, good. We got B. A or B, thank you for the freedom, but I do like responding to the chat. You guys we're engaged in this. No ring, I promise. Not that serious. No, we are truly a family. We're a unit, okay? That's why I want us to be moving in tandem, okay? We are our own soldiers. We are fam. Man, am I really going to be busting out into show tunes? All right, so here we go. Let me figure out how to do this. Respect to the original content creator, because this person is talking about, and this is sent in my email. This person does mention how other channels were using it. I believe it is safe. Let me make sure. I'm going to flip it. You guys are going to see what I see and hear what I hear. Here we go. Are my DMs closed? Okay, because I had some really sick stuff in there. Something about a GB, something or another. We got another The pen is blue. All right. Open sesame. Here we go, guys. Check this out. This is a little strange to me. A little strange. You let me know how strange it is to you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. On September 23rd, 2022, the channel Lost Souls TC and Chat streamed a video, and they showed that they requested and received a copy of Kylie Rodni's death certificate. She has proof of the receipt.
There's the proof right there. So whoever is screenshotting and taking to other channels, make sure you screenshot this too. And take this to the other channel so they can put that up and show their subs that it wasn't fake.
She mentions it's the official death certificate, and you can actually see the raised seal.
Yeah, I mean, it's an official one. Like I said, the mod ordered it and it was not cheap at all.
It's a bit disturbing. The date of the death is the date that Adventures with Purpose found her vehicle and body underwater on August 21st.
Okay, now, you guys heard what was just said. You heard what I heard. And I just want to be very clear on this, and I went as far as clarifying this with the source. So, yeah, the official autopsy or death certificate says that the day she expired is the day she was found. Pardon me? So, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm literally stunned. I watched this once in the morning before work and still kept kind of replaying in my head. Would that not insinuate that the very day, I'm repeating myself, for without fear of sounding redundant, does that not state that she actually expired the day she was found? Do I have to play it again? Because, I mean, am I misunderstanding how death certificates work? So, one more time for those in the back. Tinfoil hat is not on either. Okay. Say that again?
On August 21st.
Alright, it says date of death is 8/21/2022.
More disturbing, the manner of death says it's pending because of the act
Hold on.
Purpose found her vehicle and body underwater on August 21st.
Okay.
Alright, it says date of death is 8/21/2022.
That's when they found her.
More disturbing,
okay.
the manner of death says it's pending because of the active investigation, which of course leads us to believe foul play was involved, and they haven't ruled that out. And if it was an accident, I'm sure it would have said.
Alright, I've been behind. I have been behind because I didn't want to be one of the YouTubers that keeps on sticking on this case for no other reason than to get the clickbait. But this sticks out, okay? So I was under the impression through third-party information that the local newspaper in Truckee said unequivocally it was a murder. Am I wrong? Did I hear wrong? Was I told wrong? Please correct me. So, apparently, allegedly, it's still foul play is suspected. Come on. And we got the family completely split. One side is like, don't you dare say it was foul play. And the other side is, it's an accident, accept it and forget it. Man, everybody grieves differently. I respect that. And I will remain ever so impartial as humanly possible. But it just... I want to like smack myself in the head like Rain Man, but that wouldn't do anything. So okay, let's finish. I will shut up if that's possible. We're gonna find out. Stay tuned.
Something else. Was she murdered? Was she sexually assaulted? Was she drugged? We know she wasn't in the driver's seat.
Cause of death says it's still pending. Alright, and then it says the manner of death down here, it has pending investigation. It has that X'd out right there.
It also mentions the final death certificate will be issued when the case is closed, so we will hopefully know what the investigation led to before someone has to request another death certificate.
Okay, so the final certificate will be issued when the case is closed.
Let me know what you think below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
I want to give this person the credit they deserve. I can't, hold on, before I mess with the email, protecting the source. And let me see if I can find the name, or at least the watermark at the bottom, briefly. Jimera Crime Time. Jimera Crime Time. Thank you if this was your original video. So, yeah, this raises some questions. I had a whole thought formulated here, but there's nothing normal about that. And, okay, here's where I was going with this. Sorry, I had a Biden moment. All right, so I have this reoccurring theme and theory when I did the political podcast, Stuck in the Middle, youtube.com, so I Stuck in the Middle, 3 years, blood, sweat, tears, that the media, one of the media's most effective ways at, sorting through some BS, and when we know it's BS, what they do is they do what I call the slow drip, which is over an extended period of time, they start slowly dropping little bits of the truth here and there until the point where you forget that they lied in the first place, and they slowly are able to manipulate the narrative and the masses of the people that still trust the mainstream, and somehow it's almost like reprogramming. You start to believe that the lies they told you in the very beginning was the truth, because they slow dripped the truth to you. By the time everything connects and forms into a brand new consensus or conclusion, you're like, oh yeah, it's been like that the whole time. If I can't, I want to see one of my videos not lose its advertisers, but there's things I want to say that I know they're going to say, oh, well, that's it, not going to work. I don't think I'm going to hold back here. So, all right, for example, here we go. I'm taking a risk. YouTube, here's a Hail Mary. YouTube itself, the king of platforms for now, they completely lifted all the restrictions regarding the big C that ends with the D, right? Okay. That is another slow drip strategy, which pretty much says, okay, yeah, we were wrong about a whole lot of things. By the way, Eli, that strike you had gotten for reading a .government document written by an accredited scientist virologist, and I'm not going to say the title, I said it in the last video. Yeah, you reading that out loud, you're not a doctor, you can't read it, because I appealed. That's just another form of slow drip. And it's even better, they get to kind of masquerade it as, yeah, no, we're just lifting restrictions, so we're really giving you the freedoms that you already had back. So now you get to pat us on the back and treat us like the heroes for giving you something that is constitutionally always yours, which is the First Amendment, and that's it. So now they get to look like a bunch of champions. Everybody, yay, thank you so much for releasing the restrictions and allowing us to have conversations about things and ask questions again. Gosh, gee willikers, thank you so much. Please, sir, can I have another? Man, okay, so there's my thoughts on it. There go the advertisers. So yeah, I have a theory about this whole thing, man. People can get paid, or you can really, win the hearts and minds of the people that rely on you to be what you say you are. That's the route I'm going to take and keep. So I could safely close that. Oh, okay, good. It's not in front of people. I can close this. Let's see this here. Oh, by the way, Check It TV. I don't care about your whole I'm gonna sue you, copyright, blah, blah, blah. Dude, you could eat a frickin' sausage. Whoa, I opened the email. Yeah, a sausage. I'm really trying to button up the language, man. This is so not easy. All right, flip script time. Okay, done. Yep, that's awesome. Oh, good. Okay. Damn it. I'm so sorry. All right.
Juan told us.
Bear with me. And if you had an issue with that, I'll take the whole video down. Thank you, Don. #find Jimmy Valdez. By the way, I am far from done. I gave you my word. I'm very, very serious about the word that I give. Okay? We have a lot of work to do. By the way, only responding to a small portion of a question that you guys had sent me. You have a family member that is willing to speak with me. You tell me when, and I will make every arrangement for their comfort so we can have a discussion. Tell me what's the convenience. Is it a call-in, or would they be willing to do a panel channel? Restream. I have every resource here. I have finally taught myself how to be more effective. Please, hashtag Jamie Valdez, Don, hashtag find Jamie Valdez. That story, there's, my speculation is there's foul play, and if one of the members of the family is truly interested in speaking openly in front of the public, please, the floor is all yours. I will ask questions and do my due diligence and my homework, but you send me when you're willing. Just know my schedule is pretty much Tuesday through Saturday I work, and anytime after 10 p.m. is possible. Sunday, Monday, I am more malleable. So okay, let's see Check It TV, being the little scuzz he is. Okay. I don't know if this is true, by the way. Fair use. This is to find the truth, while it's still, not a crime.
Know her parents and her
No.
grandfather.
Go back to the beginning. Here we go.
Juan told us, I know her parents and her grandfather. Kai, he said Kai, not Kylie. The creep knew her and even said that he was at the fight club to referee that night. Didn't go by...
Do you guys understand? Because I maybe don't yet, but the implication thus far, and it's going to get deeper, is that this Check It TV fella, I don't know much about him. I just know I don't like him. I think he's dishonest. I think he's shady. I think he's absolutely hiding things, and to what extent I don't know. And his connection with SF Investigates, and the whole hierarchy of communication of who got to hear what first. Everything about this guy just creeps me out. Similar to that other guy, Squidward, or the stapler guy. You know what I mean? Do I really need my stapler? Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. I hope you got the Office Space reference and the post. By the way, shout out to Miss Chronic Chronicles for doing that lovely piece for us. So okay, let's listen carefully. Now, what you just heard, and I'll start it over. Somebody is saying this man was refereeing, like it's I don't know what to believe. I'm just playing the information for the public to consume.
Juan told us, I know her parents and her grandfather. Kai, he said Kai, not Kylie. The creep knew her and even said that he was at the fight club to referee that night. Didn't go by Rodni. Y'all have been duped. But you want to call us sketchy and wonder why we want nothing to do with their Scientology cult? I can't wait to move back home.
Whoa, this is going to be copywritten, whatever this is. Hold on. Oh, it's credit to All American Cartel. I don't want to get a strike, and we don't need the imagery. I just need to hear the information. I hope they don't strike the audio portion. Hold on. This is just filler. Give me some information, please. The theorizing. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Let's get.
Okay, let's try.
Welcome, cartel members. It's late. Let's get to it. Serial rapist, me and my husband are not sketchy or pouring on acts. That's why.
I don't know who these people are, but they're just showing a comment thread that's clearly on YouTube. So this is one user to another.
Who keeps blocking and deleting our comments. Our truck is dark green, not black, and we know his name because he has met us. Now this is in regards to Check It TV, who just filed 3 strikes against my channel, which I am appealing all 3 and will be victorious, but that is neither here nor there. Wait till you...
Please, find American Cartel. I owe it to them for using their content to offer a link. I support you, American Cartel, in your fight for those absolutely ridiculous strikes that were put on you. If we can come together, I do believe we can take on scumbags like Check It TV, and even greater than that.
You guys see this. It's freaking amazing. Our dogs know each other. Go look at how they act, which it looked like they did. I'm working on my solar kayak patent and brought the kids out. That's why we asked him not to record. My husband was working the Neiman case, but it's with NVCO now. Juan is at the lake every time we come, and he bragged talking about he gave her phone to David already. He said he ran the RNC and that he was running for office. Now he's an AWP contractor. Question.
Wait. All right. Is that the name of the Check It TV fella, guys? I'm sorry. I need to take control before information goes crazy. I am not a misinformation drama channel. I'm going to take a moment, and I'd like to see some clarification, because I know a lot of you know a lot more about this than I do. So, let me see. I'm glad that you guys know the American cartel. We're going to come together. Juan is his name, huh? Huh. That makes this pretty shocking. So then what are they talking about when now he's an AWP contractor? Are they referring to how he was, what was his connection with AWP? Did he try to work with them? What am I missing in this story? Okay. Oh, and what's up, Not Enough? I think it was you, maybe, asking for that closed captioning. I hope I did that right for you. So, all right, the rabbit hole is wide open, and I'm staring right into it. You guys aren't missing any visuals. It's just text. Okay.
Question mark. I don't understand that part, but comment down below if you guys deciphered it. I mean, I'm kind of getting what he's saying.
He doesn't understand that whole, now he's under AWP contractor question mark. Good. We both don't understand. Back up a few seconds. Continue.
But comment down below if you guys deciphered it. I mean, I'm kind of getting what he's saying, but does that mean they have the phone? And is he working for AWP anyway? He's crazy. If he didn't see the phone, then how come he knew the exact phone down to the case? It doesn't matter when we come, but he's always here acting like he owns the place with his neighbor Verna K. There's nothing honest or good about him. He didn't share info. We wanted to know about his vet because we just moved here last month. We've been to the lake 5 times on different days at different...
Cola? Oh my goodness, Cola. I haven't seen you in like 10 years. Welcome back. Things have changed, darling.
times, and this creep is always there. He said he was looking for money shots, and that's why my husband said he has no honor. We did offer to help David a couple of weeks ago, but not for attention. He asked my husband if a magnet fishbowl thing would erase data off a phone or laptop. Then he all of a sudden finds it. Lindsay, David, Juan, Verna all go to a weird...
That was the full name. Yep. So, I mean, you know what? He's Check It TV, right? He's trying to be a big name and putting the information that everybody wants to know behind a paywall. Nothing more dishonorable than everything this guy Juan, Check It TV, whatever, has done. I got to come up with a nickname for this guy, just like we got for Stapler frickin' Squidward Pugface over there. Give me a moment. I know I'll come up with something.
Weird church. Where you
Weird
wouldn't catch
whoa.
us under
Go back.
any
Hold
circumstance. All go to a weird church. Where you wouldn't catch us under any circumstances. You think he changed the videos to KR to honor her? No, it's because everyone here calls her the Neiman girl. Juan told us, I know her parents and her grandfather. Kai, he said Kai, not Kylie. The creep knew her and even said that he was at the fight club to referee that night. Didn't go by Rodni. Y'all have been duped. But you want to call us sketchy and wonder why we want nothing to do with their Scientology cult? I can't wait to move back home. Now tell...
All right, so... the hearsay here, the allegation is that Juan, and I believe, I feel like I should be careful. Like you all deserve honesty, the truth. So I don't want to like start throwing guesses out and be way off the target here. But okay, it sounds like Juan here was telling somebody that was involved in the family, the neighborhood, the search, somebody that cared, was telling them, this group, that he referred to her affectionately as like Kai, like he knows her well enough to do so, and that he was the referee of the Fight Club thing. Was the Fight Club thing ever proven? Or, I mean, well, I also remember some of the things watching Sammy speak, and she had some like bruises. Man, this thing is just... I always have to prepare myself whenever I know I'm going to return to this case, the Kylie Rodni case. I am not going to continue to hashtag her name. I am not trying to profiteer off of this deceased girl's name. That is not the idea. That is not the game. I have a mission here. I want to do good. I'm not trying to get attention for the wrong reasons. Okay, but when information comes my way that creates reason to speculate, reason for us to come together, think, and just reach something that we hope is close to the truth, I unapologetically do so, and will continue to do so. This video is about to end. Let's see what his final words are. There's nothing left of a red statement here. He's just going to say his own thing. Thank you, Jessica Petites? New sub day. Thank you very much. Mama relates a lot, been through similar situations. Thank you for the resounding support, everybody. So let's see what American Cartel, check them out, I'm using their content, has to say. In closing.
Tell me this isn't breaking news. I just had to bring this to you guys immediately, hot off the presses. So obviously this is kind of old, but for us cartel members, this is like, what? Wow. Like what? So, and this is Austin. Now, I heard Austin from Austin a while back, but I couldn't find the Austin from Austin. I kept looking it up everywhere, but he goes now by Austin from Tahoe. So that's all I have from you. Subscribe, like, share, follow, comment. Throw me a tip if you want to. Down in the description box is a Cash App link to my Cash App. Somebody threw me another $20 on my last video, and they wanted to remain anonymous, but a big giant hug, kiss, embrace, whatever you want to call it. That's
Word. I will include your link in my description, and you got a new sub from me, for sure. Wow, I don't know how to jump from that to where I had intended this to go, honestly. But it's serious enough that it warrants the attention that I intended to give it. So, all right off rip. Do you guys remember when I was talking about, like, discreetly, the woman that emailed me at least a dozen times within a span of 9 o'clock in the morning all the way to 3:30 p.m., telling me that she was convinced somebody was going to take her out, that she was going to be taken off the chessboard, so to speak, and she was asking me to contact Ryan Upchurch, which I cannot do, and she was telling me to tell her story, and it looked like and with all due respect, and if you're watching, I hope you saw me address this when I did, and I as I messaged you back, I said, please make sure you're around trusted ones, trusted people, a support network of loved ones, and people that will take care of you. I think I noticed a manic episode when I see one, because I have mania myself. So that being said, there's a couple of other people that have messaged me that I have some concerns about. So without revealing much, I just want to remind some of you that do reach out and are essentially telling me that, you're ready to check out. I will give you my phone number. I will talk to you in any capacity that you are most comfortable with. But please know, while we're states or countries away, there's only so much I can do. I do trust, after all these years, I've learned to trust what I can do with this voice. Sometimes I happen to have a knack for wordplay, and I can express myself, and sometimes I hope I can inspire people. But from the depth of my heart, There's so many of you I can't help the way I want to, so I want to know that you guys are aware that you can turn to each other. There's something I gotta do. I gotta make something like a forum where we can all just use each other as a resource. But remember, of course, the other areas that one can turn to. All right, the answer is never to end it. Okay, we're here on this journey, and I know it's a tough one. Trust me, I've been through my own journey. I express it every opportunity I have. It's rough, it's punishing, and sometimes it could... Thank you, Nick's Random Views. I appreciate the support so much. Remember, you guys are my heart, and that's why I felt I needed to have this talk with you. There's just so many of you. Like, there's those of you that I know that want to just, feel useful, that you probably feel like, society is, left you to the wayside, you're retired, and you don't feel the spark of life. There's a spark right here, and we all have it. We have something special here. So there is something that I need to figure out, and I'm taking all suggestions. How can we interconnect one another to talk to one another when you don't want to call the hotline or 911? I mean, when I was Baker acted once, here, fun story time. I hope my message is clear, though. Please, if I'm not available to get your message, please keep on seeking help. Go through every trusted source that you have, blood or not blood, related or not related, I should say. Please do everything you can. We can't afford to lose you. Not a single one. Not a single one. I need every single one of you. I cannot maintain this channel knowing that I could lose you. Please, forget me, for you. And if that's not enough, then yes, for us. Please get help if you think things are getting that bleak. Please. One time when I was the monster junkie that I was, I called the hotline. The hotline. I had a knife in my hand. Yep, this one's not going to be monetized either. I don't care. Queen Survivor, thank you, sweetheart. This is why we love you. Use this platform and bring unity to us all. Thank you. I mean, I'm grateful that you guys recognize what I'm trying to accomplish. I really think there's power in unity, and that's why I've found strength in not talking about the many things that divide us. It's too easy. It's like a switch that you can flip, and instantly we're going at each other's throats, and I don't want to see that. We're better than that, and we all care about these things so passionately. So I know we're capable of great things. We have greatness at our fingertips. I just need some time to figure out how this is all going to work and factor in for the long haul, because I ain't going anywhere. Remember that. And I hope you all stick it out with me. So, I was drunk. I was on things. And so I called the hotline, and I was just the guy asking the impossible questions. I feel pretty terrible for the individual, the gentleman on the other line. I'm just asking him. I'm telling him, look, I'm taking this and that, and I'm stuck on it. I can't get off of it. What's the point? And I kept doing this. It was a cyclical kind of questioning. He would try to offer advice, and then I'd tell him something that would totally stomp out any optimism he had in saving me or making me feel better, and I'd just make things worse and worse for that poor guy. And so while we're on the phone, and I believe at that time I was harming myself, I suddenly, this is when I lived in the trailer park, I hear a tap on my giant window. The same window where that one-time friend knocked for the last time on this earth. And so I noticed there's also a flashlight shining through the blinders of my large window, which is behind a TV I had at that time, a big box TV, one of the older ones. And I immediately, speaking to the hotline guy on the phone, I said, "You called the cops, didn't you?" And he said, I didn't know what to do. And the last thing I said to him, I just said, what was it? Fuck you, you killed me. I feel pretty awful about that. I don't know that man ever heard what happened. I hope he found out. I hope in the grand scheme of the cosmic possibilities, I truly hope that man that really gave his all to try to do the right thing, do something good, and I treated him like that, I hope he somehow, maybe, miraculously finds me talking about him. He's like, oh, snap! And so anyway, I immediately hang up on him, go over to my window. I have a knife in the hand that I use to bring the blinds down. So I immediately hear about 2 different loud male voices screaming with the flashlights and a firearm pointed at me. He's got a knife! He's got a knife! So I don't remember the communication very well. I was intoxicated, but I said, I'm going to go to the front door. So I make my way over to the door, and I dropped the knife. Promise you that. I opened it. The first thing they say, man, wow, I'm just realizing how easily I could have ended that moment just opening the door. It was dark. I think I turned the porch light on. No, I remember just darkness and the flashlights. I didn't turn the light on. I opened it, and they're immediately screaming, drop the knife. And I just have did I have the phone? I don't know. But I know I had the hand that they saw with the knife through the window open and up. I said, I don't have it. I don't have it. Now I was panicked. And I don't recall if I was pulled down, but I walked down the 3 steps of the trailer that I lived in, and they grabbed me, and they cuffed me up. That was it. I remember, oh boy, my mother running outside when I was being taken to the into the car, into the police vehicle, just with complete confusion and pain in her voice. Eli, what happened? What happened? And I'm just my dumb ass. It's okay, Mom. It's okay. I'm sorry. And yep, that was that led to a 7-day Baker acting. Yeah, and I had to go through some pretty intense withdrawals in there. That was quite a learning experience too. So yeah, there was some story time. Man, I got a lot of stories, but for another time, for another episode perhaps. So I think I made myself clear. I also want to address, all right, 2 elements of people that are, you're all amazing. Thank you for, very different personalities for reaching out. The ones that stick with me the most are the people that have literally reached out and written to me that they have been inspired by the addiction episode to check themselves into rehab. There's nothing that can quantify into value. There's no money, there's no prize, there's no trophy that compares to hearing that I helped do that I helped inspire. I've been told I helped somebody change their channel direction or make a channel. I've been told that 4 people have gone to rehab because of that episode, and I mean that I don't even know how to show my humility. I'm proud. I'm proud of you more than anything. Okay, I just maybe said the right thing, but you took the step. So please own that credit. That's you. Okay? I was the spark, you're the flame, we are the fire. That's how that works. Now, some people, along with the mania, some of you, I just want to be honest, if you're watching and you've written, I am having trouble understanding some of you. And it's easy to get lost when there's a lot of emails, and there's a lot of emails, but I'm trying to diligently get to everybody. And I will finish, I promise. And there's there is a specific one that I didn't know how to take it, and I redacted the name and some specific information, and I shared it with my friend CanCon, who is the Gateway Pundit reporter, and he's on Rumble, and he's a great guy, and we're gonna do a great show together. And I was confused if the email was a thinly veiled threat. Maybe it was a well-meant, maybe it was a well-meant like warning, but it's hard to distinguish sometimes. Oh, and something fascinating to share while, we're having share time here. The night after I called our favorite channel, the night after he hung up on me and pretended I had dropped off and his mods just controlled the narrative, that very night, after that, in the morning, I got a brand new call from a brand new number somewhere in Delaware. I don't recognize it. And I picked it up and somebody hung up on me. Let's, you know what? Forgive me, guys. I'm going to turn off the chat. We're going to call this random number in Delaware and see what happens. This was this morning. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Call time. I'm curious. There's too much strange.
Brown, Deanna, is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hello there. You called me earlier this morning, and I just wanted to at least respond. Please feel free to reach me at your own convenience. This is my number. Please do feel free. I'll be happy to respond. Nice talking to you. Until we do, at least. Yeah, okay, so nothing there. Curious, man. And I still haven't forgotten those 2 phone calls that were definitely fishing for information at my job. And then the hacking attempts, though, I'm convinced that was just, regular phishing attempts on my Steam account. That's what I'm convinced of. But who knows? Remember, I always say it because it's the truth. Truth is stranger than fiction, time and time again. Never stops. Hey, Big Chap. It's good. Big Chap has a fantastic channel. So does Independent Mini. Check those lovely people out. Big Chap isn't. Why isn't Big Chap a mod? Somebody jumped in once. Was like, "What's with all the wrenches?" I watch the live chats and I see what y'all say, and I when I see something that touches me, I'm like, okay, join the family. If I'm overdoing it, I don't know what the rules are to this. Okay, I thought this was a freestyle. I thought it was like life. There's no manual or rule book. We just kind of freestyling this whole thing, right? So if I'm adding too many wrenches, I don't know, let me know. But honestly, the more the merrier. Although I'm not as concerned as I used to be regarding the trolls and the haters, drinking the haterade, which gives me sustenance. Are you real? Your mom. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, we got another. I can't bring myself to do it. Sorry. Inappropriate moments for humor. Geez, guys. All right, let me see. I did some brief notes. Remember, I was like, this is going to be a quickie. This is what happens when you let a manic individual behind a microphone. All right, strange occurrence. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right, I'm going to let you guys be the judge, and then I'm going to bounce. And there is a friend that had some damage done. Okay, how do I say this? A friend of mine's neighbor's car was hit. The tornado hit the area, and it flipped the car onto my friend's car. So anyway, I'm going to go and offer some assistance in any way that I can, and I'm going to bring some materials. But that aside, okay, do you guys want to hear... oh boy, this one's... another A or B option, okay? And then this is over. The only time where I was convinced, and I was young, that I saw a ghost, that's A. B is, and I don't know if you know where I stand, if you've seen some of my old videos, or you're familiar with me, you know I'm not a very religious individual, and I battle with spirituality sometimes, even though very recently, because of the crazy changes in my life, I've been like talking to my grandma and stuff like that, which is not something somebody does when they don't have any spirituality. So I could either tell you about A, where I thought it's the only time where I thought I saw a ghost, or B, the very moment and what I did, one of the very, very few times in my life that I was convinced that I experienced a miracle and told my mother something she wanted to hear. I told her I believed. So I'll tell you what led or what happened, A or B, the ghost or the testimony. Let me, it's closed here. Let's see. B? All the, I love you guys. Oh yeah, Coolio did pass away, by the way, at 59. Rest in peace, Coolio. Rest in gangster's paradise, brother. You brought a lot of memories. A and B, really? Alright, so check it out. Let's do the B thing real quick. After that lung surgery, where they had to give me anesthesia and knock me out to break my rib cage open or slice it open, however you'd like to. That sounds graphic. That's another thing that's going to demonetize the video. Anyway, I don't know. It's surgery. It's science, YouTube. It's science. So I think I was unconscious. Can I say a medically induced coma for like 3 days, maybe? And I can still remember pretty fresh waking up. Let me back up. This is a terrible angle. I'm sorry you guys got to deal with just this, you know? Should have a better setup. All right. And I'm sorry. I say sorry. I never apologize like this. All right, so after the very serious life-saving lung surgery occurs, and 3 days pass, and I finally wake up with all the tubes in me, a catheter. Oh, God, I still remember that being ripped out. I think that was more painful than having my rib cage cut open and my lungs poked at. I don't know. This is behavior I don't have the ability to explain, because this is not something that I ever normally, it's not in my character. This is not what I do. So for whatever reason, when I came to, my eyes open, and I see, the first thing I see is my mother and my father staring at me, and they smile when they see my eyes open. Who knows what the prognosis was. I mean, apparently I was very close to not surviving, because my lungs were filled 95%. If not more than that, I think. They had to drain that for over the span of, 18 days. So I saw my mom especially, I saw her face just brighten up, and I had tubes down my throat. I couldn't talk. I wanted to, and I realized I couldn't, and man, I was a mess. My body was broken. And somehow I was able to motion that I wanted to communicate, and my mother, I believe, gave me a paper. I was motioning for to be able to write in some way. And I know I was successful because my mom handed me the paper, and I wrote down, she kept it. This is still, she of course she kept it. That was like a haha, told you so moment for her. The first thing that I decided to say in this half-conscious state in terrible penmanship was, I believe. So, and I think she cried. Now the only thing, since I want to remain impartial and present every possibility, while I fully admit that's something very strange for somebody like me to say, could it be that there was some very primitive aspect of me that just wanted to soothe and comfort my mother and tell her what she wanted to hear? I don't know, man. I mean, I remember an out-of-body experience there too, and I remember oh boy, here I go. I remember the bright light thing, but when I look at it at a scientific angle, I feel like, yeah, you could explain it. So, all right, there you have that. I'm gonna ask her, just for you all. I'm going to ask her the next time I go live if she could find that paper. I want to see it again. I don't think I was even able to recognize what I wrote, but we were able to decipher it, and that is what I wrote. Let me open the chat. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to see some of the comments. So if you guys are sticking around, I think maybe you want to see all the above. Let's tell you about the time, and it's still so fresh in my brain. And this time I wasn't waking up from anesthesia or a coma. I think I was in 6th grade, 1996. It was my first trip flying by myself to New York, Queens, baby. And there was no real anxiety. I was very excited. I was going to travel on my own. I don't know why. I decided to sleep in that trailer at that time in the living room. And I woke up for no reason at all at like 2-something in the morning. I remember in my parents' bedroom, I could hear them like packing suitcases and all that. Forgive me if the memory's a little hazy. I know there was a point where it was complete silence, but at some point later they were packing. Okay, so I'm laying there, and for whatever reason, okay, all right, here I just remembered another detail that makes this creepy, and let me add more context, and it's gonna make it even creepier. My mom had later told me that she has a best friend from Colombia, where she was born, where she is from, that apparently was a practicing witch. It was into witchcraft and into some of that serious like Latin stuff, like Santeria or whatever, which is dark stuff. So I remember waking up and hearing the creepiest whispering noises. I am 13 years old, okay? But I'm hearing, like, I'm trying to speak into a microphone and whisper. It's not going to work, but it was overwhelming, like, the atmosphere. I heard it in the entirety of the living room and the kitchen, which were all connected in the trailer. And so I'm hearing that, which is creeping me out, and I could not move. I was frozen. Paralyzed, frozen in fear. And finally, I remember, I mean, when I say frozen in fear, I didn't want to move. I was so scared. I turned my head, and this is when I started to formulate a plan. Run to your mother and your father. Get in that room. But when I turned and I looked towards I don't believe in too much paranormal stuff, guys. When I turned to look at the door and everything is so pitch black dark, I see a complete figure. I could just tell it was a woman standing in what appeared to be strange use of colors here. It was in the dark. It's not even a silhouette. Fully figured image of a woman in some kind of gown with a very light, the lightest pink. I'm not talking about a hot pink spandex. I mean just the color pink, very, very light. If anything, it even reminded me like of this blankie I had when I was a baby. It was that same very, very light color pink. Don't worry, I played with G.I. Joes. But this woman in this, she was like garbed in like my little blankies or something, and it looked like a gown. And she extended her arms. There's no hands. There's no fingers. It's just like a cloak, and it's just hanging down. They're both hanging down, and this is what she did. She's standing up, and the second I looked up, man, it creeps me out a little bit. This is what she does. She did that, whatever that meant. And let me check a comment I just got. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. So yeah, I was absolutely completely paralyzed at that point. I was sweating. I was scared. I was shaking. I was literally shaking. And I don't know how long I was frozen in that fear in the middle of the living room. But at some point, I think I was down for like 3 hours until 3 hours took me to muster the courage and strength to get up and frickin' dart my happy little ass over to my parents' door and open it. This is when I saw the light was on and they were packing for me so I could go to New York. And I jumped in the bed, and my mother was commenting at how I was shaking, and I explained everything to her. Now, she's much more spiritual, empathic, devout. She's beyond Catholicism. She's beyond Christianity. She believes in Jesus. She believes in God. That's her thing. I don't know that she's so much into, like, any one religion anymore. She loves God and the Trinity and all of that. So when I explained it to her, for one, when I talked about the whispering, though, she told me about her little battle with her friend, that somebody that I grew up with, I even lived in their home for a year, was a witch and was mad at my mother, and apparently was doing. My mother has never done anything like that, by the way. That's not her thing. She's all about Christ. But this woman, who I keep wanting to accidentally name, was apparently, according to my mother's testimony there, or allegation, is that she was trying to harm us or something, or curse. And so my mom explains that the figure was simply somebody granting me or blessing me with safe passage, or like a guardian angel thing. That was her interpretation. Sorry, guys. Normally I'd have the freaking chat open here, but so there. Everything's all broken now. But I have shared the stories. Okay, I don't know. I am. Nikki. I respect the heritage. I am born of a Catholic mother, and I was baptized Catholic. My father and my grandma, my father's side is Jewish. My mother's side is Catholic. And I, at some point, became a Christian, and the journey goes all in every which direction. Buddhism, nihilism, different philosophies. I went to Socrates meetings and debated religion like every day for hours. We'd pick different Bibles from around the world, pick 3 topics and debate them. That's a conversation for a way later date, when I know I have an audience that won't get angry at me for talking about certain things. I don't think we're quite there yet. It's not you, it's me, okay? So with that being said, I want to say thank you, okay? I'm very, very excited to read this live chat specifically. Remember, I was like, this is going to be a quickie. I'm not even going to go. You guys give me the energy to just keep on keeping on. The full-time job and, dealing with people in retail and that want booze or are drunk. Oh, the lady that tried to remove her shirt the other night, she came in today again. At least she was, happily clothed this time. Yeah. Thank you all. Don't forget the Progressive Patriot moniker, okay? It's literally the motto I live by. And please, to the Jamie Valdez family, I do await your next communication. I do remember the last thing that you said, that somebody's willing to speak. Let me know what you want to do and how you want to go about it. I'll arrange it and consider it done. I'll even go to an even more professional studio to make sure we have all of the P's and Q's to make this as presentable to the public as possible. We need to shine a light on this case, and I'm humbled that we have an opportunity to do so. We can really do something special. We can really do that, and that's empowering to me. So the moniker, say it with me now, identify that which unifies us, and allow our dividers to be an invitation to conversation, so we may better understand one another. Divided is how the powers that be want us, and that's how we fall. Now, I don't know about you, but I ain't gonna fall. And I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired about how the whole status quo and system has been for quite long enough. So yeah, let's see where this channel goes. I'm not foolhardy enough to believe that we're gonna change the whole structure, but man, I hope we make a noise that's unavoidable to hear. Good night. Much love. Be safe. I gotta make a drive to a friend. Love. One love. Our love. Oh, that sounds way too cheesy. Get the nachos. Stop, Eli. Get off the freaking microphone, dude. Making a fool of yourself. Are you still talking to yourself? Is anybody watching? No. Go away. What? Am I talking? Yeah, okay. All right. That's it. Good night, guys.